What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, we're going to be going over our King of the Court squad for this weekend in NBA 2K26 MyTEAM. Now, initially, I told everybody that I was going to start playing on a Saturday morning. However, 2K did tweet, and I'll just show you guys kind of the tweet. I'll pull it up on a screen. They tweeted this right here. And so this changes my approach to things. They tweeted, thanks to everybody who participated in the first King of the Court, presented by AT&T. We saw that matchmaking took longer than expected in some cases, and we have made adjustments to improve wait times. We'll continue to closely monitor the matchmaking system to make further refinements throughout the year to ensure both a smooth and competitive experience. So with that, I think I've decided, I've made the decision to play tonight. Now, with that being said, I tried to furthermore figure out, okay, I messaged people I know and I said, is the scoring system going to work the same? Like, what's it going to be like? I haven't heard back. So I don't know. Again, we're in week 2. We're basically still clueless. Last week, I think Splash used Sapphires to boost his score. So I'm just going to be showing you guys some things I'm basically messing around with. I don't have an official squad yet, but I'm going to be showing you guys some things that I'm messing around with. The first thing, obviously, is just running my best squad. And I'm just going to plug in my best squad right now for you guys so you guys can take a look, see where we're at, and again, some things a little bit deeper. So if I were to go out today and run the best squad that I've got, I'd run this squad, and I probably would pick up, one more piece to the puzzle. Now, whether that piece would be a guy, like Scottie Pippen, whether that piece would be a guy like, Joel Embiid, that would have to, be figured out for me. Now, again, if you are running a squad, I would try to get your overall as low as possible. So if you are running any of these cards, try to make them low overall. So scroll all the way to the back here, make them as low of an overall as possible. It's just kind of my personal opinion on things. You want literally the worst squad you can run. So this squad would get me to a 94 overall. That's still a pretty high overall. It's still pretty, one of the better squads that you can run. As far as a coach, I am planning on getting today, I'm planning on getting Joe Mazzulla, but I'm planning on getting Larry Brown today, and ultimately seeing where that does set me. So this, that right there, it didn't save, but this would be the squad that I could possibly run today if I were again to go out in King of the Court with my best squad. Now, the hard part with this is the way scoring works. You can beat somebody by 50 with this squad, and you're not going to get as much as if you beat somebody by 40 with a worse squad. So it's just kind of finding that balance with what type of squad to run. It's just trying to find that fine balance. And again, it's something that I am going to have to do. So this would be squad number 1. Squad number 2 would be to go out there with a low overall squad. So run a guy like Jrue Holiday at that point guard position. And again, I'll break down these cards here in a second. But Jrue Holiday is a solid card. He'd be able to get me stops. Going to be able to knock down shots. Just do his thing, right? Like Jrue Holiday is the Sapphire that if I end up having to run one, that is at the top of my list. I like Jrue. I like his player model player, but I think he's solid. James Jones at the 2 could get me a bucket. Like I could definitely run him. At the 3, again, it's just a matter of trying to find guys to plug and play here. I used to have Cam Reddish, those type of guys. I did end up selling them because I thought to myself, like, I probably won't end up running them. But again, it's just kind of all just a trial and error type process. Nas at the 4 with, Mr. Ellison at the 5. This could be like a starting lineup of something I could run with Sapphires. Now, again, I want to be super careful running Sapphires, though, because I don't want to lose games, right? And so I don't think there's that many good Sapphires. And so, honestly, I probably wouldn't run all of these cards. I'd probably mix and match them. So I might run Doug Christie at the 2, right? I might run a guy, let's say at the 3 like Jaden McDaniels. At the 4, I might sneak in Obi Toppin. And at the 5, I don't know, I could, find somebody else to plug in, but maybe like a Vlade Divac. And then off the bench, I could maybe, okay, so now we're here, who's like a good ambi that I can run off the bench? Or, just trying to mix and match things. Like, this is something that obviously I could end up doing, could end up at least, looking into, especially, there are some really solid options here that I could run in my bench unit. So, again, it's just kind of a trial and error. Obviously, I could run a 2, let's say a 2-system point guard. I've everywhere else just basically run, the starters all game long, like a Jaden McDaniels, like an Obi Toppin, even a Vlade Divac, and just see where that takes me as far as my team overall. Again, you want the lowest team overall possible, so it's just kind of mixing and matching, trying to figure out what guys are worth running, what guys are ultimately not worth running. Because like if I ran this squad, we're looking at basically an 85 overall. Obviously, if I plug in worse golds, you may get this to an 84 overall. But again, I just want to make sure I'm winning games. So maybe instead of Vlade Divac, I plug in Jack Sigma, and now it's, okay, an 86 overall. What slight adjustments can I make to make the squad slightly better while still retaining that 86 overall? These are the things that I would personally look into if I were you guys, and before you go and take on the challenge in King of the Court today. Again, Obi Toppin, really good guy to run because, again, he does decrease that team overall by quite a bit. So, again, something to keep in the back of your guys' mind. So, this could be, Exhibit A or Exhibit B or something, whatever you guys want to make of it, of a squad that you guys could go out and run. Now, for me, the squad I'm planning on running, and again, this isn't the exact squad, it's subject to change, but somewhat of the squad that I'm planning on running is a squad like this. Now, obviously, again, you plug in your worst gold cards, because right now I'm an 88. If you plug in your worst gold cards, you're going to be able to, your guys are going to see that go slightly down. But the reason I like running this squad, and I'll break it down a little bit further, is because if I'm going to go out there today, and if I'm going to be running a 5-man, I want to make sure that my 5 guys that I'm going to be running are good cards, right? Like, I don't want to be out there with a 5-man with a tired Obi Toppin at the end of the game trying to find a way to win, right? Like, if I'm going to go out there with the 5-man, I want my 5-man to be good. Now, again, if I have to lower my team overalls to try to make something happen, I'm willing to do that. But again, I want to make sure I'm winning games early and often. So just kind of another important thing to hit on, and another important thing to note. But again, if you plug in your worst golds next to this, here's kind of what you are going to end up seeing, you're going to end up working with. I do believe I can get this squad to an 87 overall. I'm trying to make sure on that, but I do believe right here, an 87 overall. This is kind of where I'm leaning right now as far as the squad to run, at least start with. Again, it's just tough because, like, for example here, if I change out Andrew Wiggins for Bruce Bowen, it goes up to an 88 overall. If I plug in Clay, it's an 88 overall. So you gotta try to find the players that, don't boost the team overall. For example, if I were to plug in Mashburn for Bruce Ellis, it goes up to that 88 as well. And it's okay if I like MCW and Jason Kidd the same. If I were to plug in MCW, does it go down to an 86? No, it stays the same. And so it's just kind of that fine line, right, of keeping things the exact same. And would I rather run this or, a squad of Sapphires at an 85 and 86 overall? Would I rather, plug in, let's say, Obi Toppin in this squad, and like this is something I could do, plug in Obi Toppin there, and then plug in like a guy like Drew Holiday here, and then all of a sudden I'm probably at an 85 overall. These are the things to think about for you guys, right? Like if you're trying to figure out the best way to approach King of the Court today, you want to try to find guys that are good, that don't cost you a crazy amount, right? And so that's kind of the fine line with it. Obviously, again, it is kind of a tough situation because at the core of it, you want to make sure you're winning games. If you're winning games, obviously that's the main thing, and you want to keep the main thing the main thing. You want to win games. I finished 9th with basically, my best squad last week. So my thing is this: if I can make my squad worse, and I can still flood people, I think I can make some things shake this week. So we'll see. We'll see. Again, if I can find like a Soup Drew or if I can find like a soup, even Robert Covington, I'd be willing to try things, right? But it's just a matter of I want to make sure I'm not losing games because I'm trying to make my squad terrible, right? Like that's the main thing. I want to make sure I'm not losing games, just trying to improve my squad by the very slightest of margin. So those are the things to kind of think about, you know, for you guys if you are approaching King of the Court. Now I would say this, if you're not that good at this game, if your goal is to not win King of the Court, I would recommend running your best squads, guys. Like, if you're running your best squads and you're winning games, you're going to you're going to be just fine. And like I said, for you guys out there, keep the main thing the main thing. Just try to win games. Ultimately, if you win games, you're going to put yourself in a really solid position to at least get to the tier 3 prize, which is one of the better prizes there are. So just kind of another thing for you guys to think about today. Don't think you guys got to go out there, run Sapphires, run a super bad team. Again, things may change. I may end up running this lineup. I may pick up, you know, Scottie Pippen. I may pick up KG, may pick up Joel Embiid today and go crazy. We'll just have to see. Today can change entirely. I'm recording this 7 hours before because, again, I don't know what my lineup's going to be like. I genuinely don't know. It's the first time in a lot of these videos that I genuinely don't know where I'm going to be at. But I wanted to give you guys kind of a brief update on what could happen, what could transpire over the course of today. For me, that is going to wrap it up for our video. I need your guys' thoughts. What do you guys think I should do? And again, like I said, if I see a soup Robert Covington, a soup Drew Holiday, something like that, then yeah, I'm going to buy them and obviously run them and make some things shake. But it's really tough because if you're not running Sapphires, like I just don't know. Obviously, Amis can hoop too. So if I see the right Ami, I'm willing to try him out. But like if I replace Doug Christie with Andrew Wiggins, it doesn't decrease my team overall at all. So I feel like I'd have to find the exact right guy to run, which again is just kind of a tough predicament to be in. For me, that's gonna wrap it up for our video. You guys can let me know your thoughts on it down below in the comments. Am I overthinking things? I don't know. But nobody really knows how the scoring works, so it's gonna be what it's gotta be. Drop a like on the video, guys. Subscribe if you are new, and as always, man, I love you guys, and have a blessed day.